Hello everyone, welcome to day 29 of January Lead Code Challenge, and today's question, the vertical order traversal of a binary tree. The question says you are given a binary tree, and you need to calculate the vertical order traversal of that tree. There are few rules that are specified while you are traversing the vertical order traversal of the tree. And before the rules, let's look at what does the question say with respect to the positioning of its left child and the right child and the current node. It says if you are at a position x, y, then its left child would be x minus y, y minus 1, and its right child would be x plus 1, y minus 1. If you need to identify the coordinates of the right child and the left child, the rule is specified in this line. While calculating the vertical order traversal, what you need to think before writing the sorting algorithm is that the lower x coordinate will be given precedence over higher x coordinate. If two points have similar kind of x coordinates, the one with the greater y coordinate should be given precedence. And if the two nodes have similar y coordinate, the one with the smaller node value should be given precedence over the greater one. So these three rules should be taken into consideration. And using these rules, we will be traversing the tree in a vertical order fashion and generating the result. So let's get started with the algorithm that I have created. So it's not a very hard question. It looks hard, but it is not hard. It is slightly verbose. If you know any tree order traversal, you'll be able to solve this question. So what I have done, I have taken the same example that was specified in the question: 3, 9, 20, 15, and 7. I have performed any DFS traversal and mentioned the x and the y coordinates. The first index represents the x coordinate. The second index represents the y coordinate. Let me just change the color of this pen. It's too bright. Let's take red. So this is x coordinate, this is y coordinate, and this represents the value. So we need some data structure that holds all these three parameters. One hint that we got: value, x and y coordinates, because these are the three parameters on which you need to define your sorting rule. And you start from this position, it's 0 0. When you go in the left direction, the x reduces by 1, minus 1, and y reduces by minus 1 again. If you go in the right direction, x increases by 1, 1, and y reduces by 1, since you are going at a 1 bottom level. So 1 comma minus 1. Now from this position you go left, x reduces by 1 and y reduces again by 1. So 0 comma minus 2, because that's level 2. Why this minus 2 represents the bottom level, and since we are going deep, it's negative in nature. Then let's go right. So we got 2 and minus 2 here as per the rules. So right stands for uh, x plus 1 comma y minus 1, and left stands for x minus 1 comma y minus 1. So this is this is for the right index, and this is for the left index. Let's iterate the sorting rule again. A lower x coordinate will be given precedence. If two coordinates have similar x coordinates, if two nodes have similar x coordinates, then greater y coordinate will be given precedence. And if the two y coordinates are also same, x coordinates are also same, the node with the lower value will be given precedence. So these rules are what have been specified in the question. What we will do, we will define a priority queue, and we will do one kind of any typical traversal: DFS, BFS, pre-order, in order, any traversal, and push all the elements along with this information, the information of its x coordinate, y coordinate, and value, into the priority queue. And we'll define a comparator as per the rules defined here. As per these rules, we'll define a custom comparator, and while initializing the priority queue, we'll pass in this custom comparator to the priority queue, so that whenever we retrieve elements, these elements are retrieved in this as per the sorting rules. So let's go and start the process where we are pulling out elements from the priority queue. So which element will be pulled out? Lowest x coordinate. Which one is the lowest x coordinate? This 9. So this will be pulled out, and no other element has minus 1 in x index. So since it's the lowest index, we'll pull out 9. 9 comes first, and we'll create an array which has 9 dumped in it. So this gets removed. And we'll also store the information what is the x coordinate of this element, because whenever the x coordinate changes, we get to know that there has been a change in the level. So x identifies uh, a change in the node. So we preserve this value, and then we move ahead, and then we check which one is the lower value, next probable candidate. So two nodes have similar x coordinate, 0 minus 2 and 0 comma 0. So when such a case is there, which one is given precedence? The higher y coordinate. So we will pull out this element will be pulled out, and now the condition comes whether you want to attach this element to the existing array or you want to create a new array altogether. That depends on whether they belong to the same node or not. Since their x coordinates are different, we will finish this array and we will create a new array that represents this represents the -1 x index, this represents the 0th x index. So we'll add 3, and this is gone. What is the next probable candidate? The next probable candidate is this. So we will add 15, and we will update the previous uh, x coordinate as 0. Since we are going in increasing order of x coordinates, and now we pull out another element. Which one will be pulled out? 20 will be pulled out, and since it has different x coordinate, we will close this array, complete this array, and we will create a new array with 20 element with value 20 in it, which signifies the first x coordinate. So these are gone, this is gone, and again we'll update the previous x coordinate to 1, and we'll pull out the last element from the array, and this is 7 comma minus 2. So since it is different, we will add it in. We'll create a new array element and we'll add it here. The priority queue is done. We'll submit this as an answer. So let's quickly code this up. It doesn't look very tricky. It's slightly verbose to write. Defining a private class which holds all the attributes for a point, integer x, integer y, and integer value. Let's define a priority queue and pass a custom comparator to it. And what we will do, we'll pass a comma b 2 points, and we will define the logic of the comparison. If a dot val, if a dot x is not equal to a b dot x, that means the two x coordinates are different. Return the one which has the lower value. Else else case comes, that means they are equal. If a dot y is not equal to b dot y, that means return the one which has higher y coordinate. Otherwise, return the one which has lower value. So this is lower x, higher y, and lower value. So far we are good, and let's define the answer array. Let's call it result new array list, and let me just write a helper method which is doing some kind of a traversal, and within that traversal we'll dump elements into the priority queue. So tree traversal, and let's pass root to it, and the starting x coordinate and the ending x coordinate, and let's define the private method. If root equals to null, return, otherwise uh, root is not null. pq.offer new point root comma x comma y, and let's move in to its left child. How will you move that? Root dot left comma x minus 1 y minus 1, and let's move into its right child. So far we are good. We have added all the elements into the priority queue, and now let's start the iteration where we'll be building a result array. We need to define a previous x index so that we get to know whether to create a new array, a new subarray, or we want to add elements to the previous one itself. While pq is empty, till the time pq is not empty, we'll pull out elements from the array, point head pq.poll, and if previous x index is not equal to null and head dot x is not equal to previous x index, that means we need to create a new array. So let me just define an integer array which is a sub array, new array list. In this case, if it is not null and the previous one is different from is the current pulled out element is different from the previous one, what we will do, we will add sub array to the result. Whatever the previous value was stored in the sub array, we dump it to the result. We create the we initialize the sub array again to an empty list, and once we are done with this, sub array dot add head dot val. Pretty simple. For this case, once we are out of the loop, we need to add the elements into a result array, uh, matching with the one that was there if the sub array is not empty. So let's check if sub array is empty dot size is greater than 0, then we need to add it to the result, and we simply return the result. And there was some issue, I forgot to write the constructor class here, so I'll define one integer val, integer x, and integer y. This dot val equals to val, this dot in, this dot x equals to x, and this dot y equals to y. Also, we need to update the value of the previous next as we iterate through the algorithm. So previous next gets assigned to head dot x. Let's try this up. So I already tried though, and it worked. Yeah, it's done. So thanks for watching the video. Hope I made it simple this time.